Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Business Growth Masterclass. So we've got lots of topics to come through today. I'm going to start off talking about affiliate schemes this morning, because this is a great way for getting lots more customers into your business, is actually by starting your own affiliate scheme and actually getting other people to refer business to you. So I'm going to talk about that. Then we're going to get a guest speaker on, Elspeth, who is our Shopify expert, who's going to talk to you about selling stuff using the Shopify platform. I'm going to be talking about YouTube before lunch as well. Max is also going to talk a bit more about the diagnostic tools that I spoke about yesterday, like the ones you've probably seen on Internet Business School, the Business MOT, and the Which Internet Business. So we're going to talk to you about how they work and how you get those set up as well this morning. So lots of good stuff. So let's get started. So affiliate schemes. Affiliate marketing, I'm sure you're aware, but basically it's just where someone else promotes. So person A promotes person B's products and services in exchange for a commission. So they become an affiliate of company B and they promote their goods and services for a commission. So normally when we talk about internet marketing, internet business school, and we talk about affiliate marketing, we're talking about you becoming an affiliate of other businesses and promoting their stuff. But I also want you to think about, could you have your own affiliate scheme and have people promoting your goods and services in exchange for a commission? Because basically this opens up hiring commission only salespeople. That's effectively what it does, because you get lots of people promoting your goods and services for a commission. And very often, of course, affiliate relationships are a two-way street. So, for example, for our Songwriting Academy business, we have a affiliate scheme, so businesses can promote songwriting courses. But we've also are a member of other businesses' affiliate schemes, and we promote their businesses. And sometimes it's a complete reciprocal arrangement. So we've worked with music instrument vendors, for example, that sell drum kits and guitars and keyboards, and we have promoted their musical instruments to our list, and they have promoted our songwriting, music production and music business courses to their list. And sometimes you can do these sort of arrangements just as a reciprocal mailing. If you've got a similar size list, it might just be, look, we'll send a mail to our list about your product or service, you send a mail to yours. Or it can be done tracked on kind of pounds value, and you just agree a referral percentage commission, and you agree that you're going to pay a 10%, 20% referral fee for any sales that each party introduces or whatever. Then normally affiliate commissions are worked out on a 50-50 of profit basis. That's the most common, but the important word there is profit, because if you're selling something digital, like an online course, for example, that's pretty much all profit. So if it's an online course and it's £200, it's pretty much £200 of profit. So normally in that scenario, if someone was promoting a course which I had that was £200, I would give them £100 referral fee as their commission, and I would keep £100 if they made any sales. But if it was a physical product, say it was a drum kit for a musical instrument retailer, they might only be making 10 or 15% profit on that sale. So they would share 50-50 of the profit, which might mean that our commission could be, say, 7% on the sale. So hopefully you're quite clear on that, because it's not just 50-50 to sale price. It depends what the costs involved in the goods are. And if it's a physical, tangible good, obviously there's some costs in there. So the profits are a lot smaller than if the goods are just a digital good. So what kind of software can you use to track sales referred by a third party? The good news is that most of the major shopping cart vendors that we use in internet marketing to sell things from our websites all have affiliate marketing functionality built in. And what that means is that you can start your own affiliate scheme and you can invite people to promote your goods and services. They can register on a special page on your website as an affiliate, and then the system, the software, will give them a unique link, which they then use to promote your business. And any sales that come to your website via that link are tracked back to them, and it automatically calculates their commission, etc. So it does this via cookies. So when someone comes to your website, basically via that special tracked link, what it does is it stores a little cookie on their computer, and when it goes to the checkout page, it finds that cookie and realizes, okay, this person was referred by this person, so I owe them some commission. So the main vendors that many of you, I'm sure, are using for selling things online, so things like WooCommerce, Kajabi, Shopify, ClickFunnels, GrooveFunnels, Infusionsoft, EK and PowerShop, all of those have got an affiliate scheme built into the software. Okay, if you're using a different software vendor, check with them and ask them if they've got affiliate functionality. And if they have, it's often as simple as just putting a link on your homepage that says join our affiliate scheme, and there's a link to a sign up page where people can become an affiliate. And normally you'd be expected to give them some collateral to help your affiliates market your goods and services. And that would normally consist of maybe some logos, some banner ads, some sales copy, some email copy that they could use, maybe an email to their list. So obviously the easier you make it for an affiliate, the more likely they are to be proactive and actually, promote your business. And I know, being on the other side of the fence, that because I've got a good sized list of people interested in internet marketing and being an entrepreneur, I get contacted all the time by people that want me to promote their products and services. And the ones that make it easy for me, that give me, 5 really well written promotional emails, are the ones that are more likely to get a joint venture with me. Because if someone says, yeah, I've got this product, do you want to promote it? Here's the link. And I say, oh, have you got some promo email copy I can send out? Oh, no, we haven't really got any. That now means I've got to either find a copywriter to write some, or I've got to find an hour or two to understand about the product and construct some promotional emails myself. So make it easy for people, give them all the collateral that they need to promote a product and service, and you'll find that they're much more proactive and much more likely to promote for you. And another good tip is, pay people promptly. The industry normally works on a work out who owes who what after 30 days of the sale, and then 30 days settlement period. So you can expect to get your money in about 2 months from the point of sale, something like that. I tend to try and work a bit quicker than that, really, especially when I'm paying affiliates, because I like to know, the money in the bank is my money. So we, once people have accounted, we normally just pay them straight away as soon as we get an invoice. We don't sit on the invoice for 30 days and then pay it. So who can be your affiliates? Basically, businesses that sell complementary products to yours, i.e. people that buy from them would be likely to buy yours too. Obviously not competing products. So some good examples would be pet food and pet insurance. A pet food business that sells cat and dog food has got a database of cat and dog owners. A pet insurance company might have an insurance policy for cat owners and for dog owners. So those two products is the same target audience, but they don't compete with each other. The pet insurance company don't sell food, the food company don't sell insurance. So that's a perfect joint venture, in that those two businesses can promote each other's products and services and each make additional money from, take the pet food business. What they're going to do is make more money by selling more pet food, because the pet insurance people promoted them. They're going to earn a commission on each sale, but there's still going to be some profit left for the pet food company. So they've got one extra income stream there through more sales. And they've got a second extra income stream if they promote the pet insurance company and they get a commission from any pet insurance policy sold. That's another income stream as well. So they're getting paid twice for doing the joint venture. Another example is a beauty salon and a cosmetic dentist. So a beauty salon that might do things like fillers and Botox. Clearly their clientele are interested in their appearance and their beauty, but a beauty salon is not a dentist. So a dentist is a different skill, but is likely to be the same audience. So a beauty salon could have a reciprocal relationship with a cosmetic dentist, for example, where they recommend, veneers and whitening products maybe that the dentist can provide, and the dentist likewise could refer people to a beauty salon for Botox. So a perfect reciprocal thing. Trade courses and tool sellers. This is one I've actually done myself, in that I've sold lots of plumbing courses over the years, and I found a plumbing toolkit company which had created a plumber's toolkit with all the tools that specifically a plumber would need. So kind of copper pipe bending tools and cutting tools and soldering tools, etc. And basically promoted their toolkit to my list of plumbing course buyers as an affiliate, and they promoted my plumbing course to all the people that bought the plumber's toolkit. So a good reciprocal arrangement. Property investors, share traders. This is interesting because it's not closely aligned, but it's the same sort of mindset. So property investors are generally people that have got some spare money and they want to invest that money to make a profit and to get a good return on their money. And share traders are somewhat similar in that they've got some spare money. That's what they want to put into the stock market, and they want to get a better return on their money than they can get in the bank. So they're actually both audiences of those products are people with surplus income looking for higher returns. So the vehicle is different. One is property, one is share trading, but actually there's a lot of synergy between those two lists. And actually, I speak about starting internet businesses, but the slide deck I showed you yesterday was a slide deck that I used at a property investor seminar. It was a Simon Zucci seminar that I spoke at on Saturday. So that's me selling internet marketing to property investors. And you think objectively there's not a big correlation there, but actually there is, because that audience cares about having additional income streams, and that's what I was talking about with internet marketing. So sometimes it's not so obvious, but there can be things that just because it's the same audience, so you have to think about it's the same audience. So what I'd like you to do is do a little exercise. I'd like you to find 10 businesses that sell products that complement yours, and think of other products people might need, or products that signify a similar interest. Okay, now have a look around the internet. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. And when you found 10, I want you to share the business that you're in and the companies that you found and what products and services they sell. So share that with me in the chat box and we'll discuss a little bit in 5 minutes. If anyone's struggling to think who could you possibly have as an affiliate for your business, put that in the chat too, and let's discuss. Let me see if I can come up with any ideas for you. So you've got 5 minutes to think of some complementary businesses that have got products and services which would be the same customers that you've got, basically. So their customers will be likely to buy your stuff, your customers quite likely to buy their stuff. Okay, so 5 minutes, off you go. I'll put some music on while you're doing it, but if you struggle, let me know in the chat box what your business is and I will come up with some ideas for you. Okay, good stuff. Rachel's the first one in, closely followed by Alexander. So Rachel's in the dog training niche, and she has got pet shops, groomers, vets, kennels, home boarders, breeders. Perfect. Yeah, lots of good ones there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Alexander is in the kidnap and ransom insurance business, so travel companies, including this coverage or a version of it in their policies. Yeah, absolutely. So high-end travel services. There's probably also for you, Alexander, for some more things like organizations that are sort of high-flying business execs that do international trade, for example. So any sort of international directors, international business people, might even be some government things that used to be an overseas department of the government for encouraging overseas trade. So it might be a bit of an in there that you could do some stuff. And sometimes with those sort of organizations, a good way in is to offer a free presentation. So sometimes it can be a bit more of what I'd call an informal relationship. So for example, I've done one with an accountant, and I just gave a free presentation for all their clients on digital marketing. And they didn't, and I think their professional body didn't let them take a fee from me. So they couldn't take an affiliate commission fee, but they were happy to organize an event for their clients for training. And I spoke at that event, but then got clients off the back of it, gave them all a business card, and basically had a queue of people at the end of the presentation wanted to do business with me. So it's a great win-win, because the accountant is seen to be doing something for their clients, which is good. And obviously, if they help their clients stay in business by keeping them up to speed with digital marketing, that's going to mean they keep paying the accountant for longer. So it's definitely in their interest. So it's a win for them, but just not so much in an obvious immediate financial term, just in terms of goodwill and longevity of their business. And a win for me is that I've actually got an affiliate working for me now who's on zero commission. didn't actually have to pay them any commission at all. Another twist on that is we did a joint venture with BASCA, which is the British Academy of Songwriters, Composers and Authors. And we wanted them to promote our songwriting courses, and we said we're happy to promote membership of BASCA in return. But we offered them 50% commission on courses, and they didn't want to take the 50% for similar reasons, that they didn't, kind of conflict of interest. They didn't want to be seen to be recommended something just because they were getting paid for it. So we just thought of, okay, well, what if we just said that all your members can get a 50% discount? Would that be okay? And they were like, well, yeah, that's great, because now that's goodwill. That's another reason to be a BASCA member, that they gave their members 50% off. So the net result for us is the same. We still got 50% of the revenue. We've still got someone driving loads of new customers to us. And whether BASCA take the 50% or the client gets a 50% discount, it doesn't really matter to us, does it? So just a different way of thinking about a joint venture arrangements. Okay, who else have we got here? We've got Marilyn, who's found various other kind of counseling, mindfulness people here. So Marilyn, you're dealing with anxiety, was your subject. So I think there's basically where else would people go if they're anxious and they've got anxiety problems. So I think there's a few different things actually there. There's any sort of therapist, and I guess that's kind of where you are currently, but there's different levels of therapists, and even doctors. Someone might go and see their GP who's anxious, and a GP, and again, probably similarly, they couldn't refer to you for financial reward, but they could maybe just do it out of goodwill. It passes a client onto you, and it stops their waiting room being full up with someone that they're really maybe not trained to deal with particularly. So other medical type practitioners is certainly one. You could think about what other products and services might people buy. So I know, for example, for pets, I expect there's something similar for humans. I've got these little plug-in things which are supposed to ease separation anxiety. So one of my dogs, when I'd go out, he'd go a bit stir crazy and he'd start eating the furniture in the house because he was anxious because he'd been left. So I got these plug-in diffuser things that supposedly made the air full of happy drugs and stopped him being anxious. I'm probably not explaining that the best way, but you get the concept. So they're products that are sold in pet shops. There's probably similar things for humans, right? There's probably other ways of dealing with anxiety, and there's probably things like apps on your iPhone for helping with anxiety, and maybe the app developer you could talk to, because they've probably got a big database of people that have anxiety problems, and you provide counseling in that space. So think of the problem that you help, which is anxiety. Think of any scenarios where anxiety might show itself, and then what other things might those people have tried? There might be some Facebook groups for people that suffer from anxiety. So there might be someone who's written an ebook on how to spot an anxiety attack is coming, or how to cope with people suffering from anxiety. So any of those people have got your target audience. Okay, that was a few for you. John with the beds. Let me just have a look. So John's got bedding suppliers, so Amazon, for example, with the bedding, mattresses, cabinets, etc. Yes, all those related products, and also think a little bit wider, John. So if someone's putting one of your beds in, maybe then there may be someone who's refurbishing a home and they're doing up a bedroom specifically. So anyone that sells bedroom furniture, bedside cabinets, etc., or indeed any household furniture, because often what people do is they buy a house and they do it up and they do all the rooms up. So it could even be like a kitchen supplier, because their customers are people that have probably got a new home and are putting a new kitchen in. They might want to do up the spare room as well and put a wall bed into the spare room. And I think we spoke yesterday, I suggested bigger uses. So any organization that needs to house a lot of people in a small space, basically. So you've got cruise lines, you've got any of the charities that maybe are doing homeless shelters, that kind of stuff, where you've got a requirement, maybe any sort of youth hostel type organizations, anywhere where there's a requirement to get more people in a smaller amount of space, universities maybe, that could be a possibility for you as well. So anyone in the kind of doing up their home market, or anyone in a market where the big USP, I guess, for a wall bed is that it gives you a bed in a small amount of space. I think who would want to get better use of space for that? And other space saving products as well. So there are various other space saving objects around home. I saw an ad on Facebook the other day for like a kitchen worktop thing that just like slid out from under the worktop and then folded out twice, sort of thing. So it became like a double your kitchen worktop real estate and a sort of pseudo kitchen table, but it tucks back into the under the worktop. So other space saving devices could be good too. Roger's come up with a good suggestion for Marilyn, for life coaches that you could that could be a good reciprocal. For anxiety specifically, you could get a life coach sending you clients that suffer with anxiety problems. And likewise, if you've got a client that has anxiety, you help with their anxiety, but they also need some broader life coaching as well. That could be a win-win for you too. Simon, you're in the estate agency business. So furniture suppliers, designers, decorators, trades, architects, mortgage brokers, insurance brokers. Brilliant. Yeah, all of the above is all good. Interior designers, particularly, I've got some experience in that market, and some of the numbers are crazy, particularly for high-end properties. We had an interior designer do the course who had a budget of £700,000 just for the interior design for a property. So just for the design and furnishing a property, 700 grand. And it was crazy. Some of the things, like just a bespoke table was £36,000 for a dining table. So there are huge margins in that business, and they can afford to pay big referrals, and they do. In fact, knowing the inside of that industry a little bit more, for example, they work with a AV company that put in high-end AV home cinema systems. But there's a good reciprocal there, because if the AV company gets an inquiry for someone that wants to put in a cinema room, they'll go and see the client and say, well, look, we do all the tech, but we don't design the room. So we can recommend this interior designer that can actually design your room and sort out the lighting and the seats and all that kind of thing as well. And likewise, the interior designer, when they get a client for a big, project, and the client wants to put in an AV system, of course, they reciprocate and they're an affiliate back of the AV company and recommend them back the other way. Cool. Simon, the estate agent, says a lot of my sellers and buyers might qualify for an anxiety coach too. Just a thought. Yeah. Well, if you've ever bought and sold a house, you know it can be a little bit stressful, right? So that's an interesting twist on that. But maybe you should talk. And Mike's got a suggestion. This is great. You kind of have suggestions for each other. Brilliant. Thanks, Mike, for yours, which is also for Marilyn. Other anxieties caused by medical conditions. So think about people that have got a medical problem and that could cause anxiety, and who might they approach for help with that medical problem. So things like asthma, COVID-19, etc. Brilliant. Good. Okay, so you're getting the concept. So now you understand it. I hope you're doing it, and make sure that one of your actions from this course is that you do actually actively seek out and do this, because if you don't do it, it doesn't happen. And interesting for me in this very space is that I've done joint ventures for years, but some of you might have noticed we've upped the ante a little bit on the amount of webinars and things that we're doing at Internet Business School. And that's just because I've hired someone full-time to be a joint venture manager. And just actually their job is just to look at opportunities where we can work with people and we can get a win-win and we can joint venture with people. So that's me kind of practicing what I'm preaching, that I did it, but I didn't do it as much as I should have done. And actually with COVID-19 and us not doing live events, we've moved to doing more online stuff and realized that actually it works pretty damn well and we should actually do more of this. So that's exactly what we're doing. And that's why I hired Max to look after that. And Max is going to be talking to you later today, actually, because he's also been responsible for implementing the diagnostics that I was talking about for lead generation as well. So his role is joint venture manager, but also business development manager, and just doing all the kind of things we're talking about here about getting more leads into the business. Cool. So another great place to find potential affiliates, potential people to promote your goods and services in particular. So this is more people promoting your stuff than with stuff for you to promote, is to look at the big social influencers, the people with the big accounts on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, because those people, you probably see in the newspapers, right? The money they can command now just for making a post about a business is huge, but it's only huge because it works, and some of them charge 5, 10, 15, 20 grand to post about a product, but that's still amazing return on investment for the product owner, because they might get 100 grand of sales out of it or something. So there are places you can go to find who are the big account holders. So of course you can do this manually. You can just go to Facebook, you can type in a topic, search groups, and then see, page through the results and look for the ones that have got the biggest number of followers or members. Likewise, you can do searches on YouTube and you see how many subscribers a channel's got. But there are a couple of tools here that just help you do that a little bit quicker, that actually are tools to help you find the big influencers on these social platforms. Given a keyword, they will then look and basically tell you who are the big players, the big accounts with big followers in those sites. There are also some affiliate networks. So another thing you can do is, rather than trying to find your affiliates one by one and looking for businesses you can partner with, you can actually just put your business's products and services into an affiliate network and invite people to apply to join your affiliate scheme, because there might be people that you hadn't even thought of, but they could be driving traffic to your business. And we've given you a list here of the main affiliate networks, so have a look at those. And it could be that you put an offer up on one of those affiliate networks, and the affiliate network will then have an army of thousands of potential affiliates that might be interested in promoting your goods and services. So last exercise for this session is go and have a look now at the social platforms and see who's got big followings in your niche. So the way to do it is go to Facebook or YouTube, type in a keyword that relates to your niche, to your tribe, if you like, and then go through the results and look for accounts that have got a lot of subscribers. So we're talking, for YouTube, having thousands of subscribers, ideally more than 10,000 subscribers. So go and see what you can find with big YouTube accounts, big Facebook pages, big Facebook groups, and take 5 minutes to go and see what you can find.